Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I made a video talking about the WrestleMania 34 main event, which was unofficially announced on the Wrestling Observer podcast today. And that got me sort of thinking about WrestleMania 33 and the upcoming show. In that video, I talked about the fact that I passed on going to WrestleMania 29. I am not going to be going to WrestleMania 33. And both of those times, honestly, I'm not feeling like I'm missing anything by not going to WrestleMania other than hanging out with my friends and seeing a lot of people that I only really get to see once a year and hang out with them. And then plus just being in the company of just wall-to-wall wrestling fans, no matter what event or where you are. I can remember last year being in the Hard Rock Cafe in Dallas and just people just randomly coming over and just talking to us. About what was going on in the city, what shows we were going to, and it just feels like everybody knows everybody, and everybody's everybody's best friend. It was a little bit weird that guy asked to stay in my hotel room that I had never met before in my life, and then asked if I could give him some money, which has happened to me twice on WrestleMania trips, where people thinks they know me so well that they can just walk up and ask to borrow a couple bucks. Happened last year at the Hard Rock Cafe, and then happened another time at WrestleMania 31 at WrestleCon, where somebody just came up and just said, I didn't know it was going to cost so much to meet the wrestlers. I'm trying to show my, I think he said his little cousin a good time, and asked if he can borrow 40 bucks. You gotta be kidding me, bro. But it is what it is. When I look at this card right here, WrestleMania 33 is going to be something that I'm going to be really excited to watch on TV. I'll come home from work. I'll probably pick up a pizza. I'll probably get some drinks. And I'll sit here on my couch and just say, I'm on Steve Island. Don't fuck with me. Sort of like when Al Bundy would go on vacation on his couch and just go rent all the Hooters VHS tapes from his local video store, and he would just sit on the couch and tell his family not to talk to him. When I look at this card, nothing really jumps out at me as being WrestleMania worthy. Honestly, most of these matches could happen at Extreme Rules. Most of these matches can happen at Battleground, and it's just going to be another pay-per-view. What grabs me is that name, WrestleMania, which brings you in. Probably Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar is the only match that you probably wouldn't be able to see on any other show that's not named SummerSlam. But even that match doesn't really grab me and build me in. I think everybody knows the card from here on out. But we'll just talk about each match real fast, one by one, run them down. Wikipedia, which I'm looking at because WWE.com doesn't have the matches on their page yet on WrestleMania.com. So they're going to be a little bit out of order. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, as of right now, is probably going to be your main event of the night, which is going to be your Universal Championship match. Brock's going to win this match. Probably one of the few times a heel has walked out of WrestleMania. I can think of Triple H doing it for the first time at WrestleMania 16, aka WrestleMania 2000. I can think of Randy Orton doing this at, 2024? I think no, because that wasn't the main event. Fuck me. There's only a few times the heel has won the big one, because to me, WrestleMania has always been good overcomes evil. I guess it's supposed to be the end of the comic book. And then the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Even though everybody knows they're going to do some rematch matches, starts a new calendar year for wrestling, and we throw the last year away, and let's say the build to next year WrestleMania, please, is going to be a lot better. I don't know, putting the championship on Brock put a lot of questions in my mind. With the thought of him and Roman battling it out at next year's WrestleMania. Is Brock going to hold the title for a full championship year? That's going to be shitty for Monday Night Raw when he's not around for months upon months at a time. Brock's been around a lot, but you know that after SummerSlam, for September, October, November, he's not going to be there. He's not going to be defending the championship, and that means your main title on Monday Night Raw is either going to be the women's title or it's going to be the United States Championship, which doesn't really bring me in. Bray Wyatt versus Randy. This is probably another match that's going to be really good, but this feud feels like it's been going forever, even if you count the time that they were together. This goes all the way back to No Mercy, which I think was back in September or October is when they fought here in Sacramento. And I wasn't looking forward to the match then when it was fresh. Everybody knew that Randy and Bray were going to end up fighting somehow. I guess it's cool that Randy won the Rumble and Bray won the Chamber, and now they're fighting for the championship. But it doesn't really bring me in for a championship match at WrestleMania. But then again, even when they had the World Heavyweight Championship and it was the second title, I mean, like Edge versus Del Rio didn't really get me fired up. I was going to say Punk and Jericho as a championship match didn't get me that excited at 28, but that was for the WWF Championship. But yeah, it is what it is. Undertaker versus Roman. This is honestly something to me that when Undertaker shows up on Raw now, it doesn't even really get me that excited. I don't really see what the build-up for this match is. I don't think that these guys are going to be able to do anything to each other on Monday Night Raw to get me any more excited about this match. But I think that when they get down to it, this match is going to remind me a lot of Batista versus Undertaker from WrestleMania, it's either 22 or 23, one of the others, when they had their battle. That was a fucking awesome match. It's one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, at least in the top 10. Jericho versus Owens. That match is going to be for the U.S. Championship. I think it's kind of screwy that Owens lost the title and isn't even looking for a rematch. It's like he cares more about Jericho costing the match, blaming the excuse on him, coming out and making him think about him instead of Goldberg being in the ring, and then he got ran over with the spear and the jackhammer. But that's going to be the match. And I'm not going to say that the match would have meant more if it was for the Universal Championship. But I guess Owens is going to win that one because Jericho's leaving. Now here comes the big mixed tag match. John Cena and Nikki Bella against Miz and Maurice. You got to tip your hat to Miz and Maurice really going balls at it on Talking Smack, really delivering some really damn good promos. But then again, John and Nikki Bella just sit back like them good baby faces, like, oh snap, you got me. But we all know I'm going to win when it comes to WrestleMania. The big thing about this match is that because of Total Bellas and Total Divas, John Cena and Nikki Bella are going to get engaged in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. John has fought this for years. Nikki says she wants to get married. She wants to have a family. John Cena, because of his first divorce, doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to put himself in that sort of a situation. He even made Nikki Bella sign a renter's agreement in order to stay in the house because he didn't want to put his family in any bad situation because of the fact that he takes care of his brother. But I think that this one is a match that's honestly going to have more build-up on SmackDown than it's going to when it gets into the ring come WrestleMania. I don't really know how great this match is going to be, but it's been awful fun watching him go back and forth on Talking Smack, especially when Maurice put her hand up, showing off her wedding ring, showing Nikki Bella that she would never have one of those. Now here we are getting into the lower parts of the card. From here on out, it just sort of turns into guessing what is going to be on the pre-show kickoff party, which I think is going to be a 3-hour extravaganza. If I remember right, I think WrestleMania was 7 hours last year, but it might have even been 8. I know that it ran over its time on the network, and because it's on the network, nobody cares, but Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. I know that Charlotte got beat up by Dana Brooke. I would love to see Dana Brooke get into the championship picture, but I don't know if turning this match into just an all-out woman affair is going to do it. I think that Charlotte versus Dana could be a really good TV feud. building up to them, making Dana look real good, pushing Charlotte to the limits. But because Charlotte's going to WrestleMania and she's going to wrestle in the championship match, unless it's one of those disqualification finishes or one of those, she turns her head to look at the entrance ramp and Dana rolls her up because Bayley and Sasha are distracting her just to embarrass her. I don't see Dana getting the win. But as long as Dana can be in the picture for one of the 2 Divas matches on the Raw pay-per-views, I'll be happy. I'm a real big fan of Dana Brooke. I like her a lot. From there, we go to the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is going to be an all-out affair. As of right now, we've got Alexa, Carmella, Natalya, Mickie James, and Becky Lynch. They keep saying that all available women on SmackDown's roster can be there. This makes me think that, A, Naomi is winning this match with her return, and they don't want her to be a part of the build. They want her to be a surprise, thinking that she's going to get a huge hometown pop in Orlando. Or, my good buddy, Eva Marie is coming back, who has not been released yet, even though she's taken down WWE off of her Instagram and her Twitter account bios. That's just a dream of mine. Bayley versus Eva Marie was one of the best episodes of NXT I've ever seen, and I said it then and I'll say it again. I will be a fan of hers until my dying day because of that. Either that or some sort of a switch is coming where they're going to be bringing Asuka up from the main roster. They're going to be bringing Asuka up to the main roster from NXT, or we're going to be getting somebody switching brands, or maybe even like Mickie James, a free agent coming in. It's the second I say this, people are going to laugh. Like Gail Kim. They didn't want her the first time. They didn't want her the second time. Maybe they wanted her to finish off her career in the bright lights. Who knows? From there we go to the Cruiserweight Championship, which is going to be Neville versus Austin Aries. Aries has to win this match. Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson are going to be taking on Enzo Amore and Big Cass, as well as Cesaro and Sheamus in a triple threat match. I hope that the Bullet Club can pull this out. Gallows and Anderson are an awesome team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Enzo and Cass get the big WrestleMania moment, winning the championships, even if this is on the pre-show. From there we go to the 2017 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. As of right now, you've got names like Apollo Crews, Kurt Hawkins, The Big Show, Mojo Rawley. They've got more guys from SmackDown named in this match than they've got guys from Raw. I really like Apollo Crews. Baron Corbin, when he won last year, was a real big surprise. But Baron Corbin just adds to the list of names such as Big Show, Cesaro, and now him, Baron Corbin, as winners of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, who went on to do nothing in the upcoming year. Cesaro did the split from Zeb, joined as a Paul Heyman guy. That added up to nothing because once Brock came back, he just got lost in the shuffle. Big Show won 2 matches that calendar year, and one of them was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Baron Corbin, they make him look strong. They bring him up every once in a while. He looked like a favorite in the Royal Rumble, but just wasn't able to do it. AJ versus Shane. This honestly could either be one hell of a stud of a match or one hell of a dud. AJ could lead him. I mean, if X-Pac can drag an awesome match out of Shane McMahon, I think anybody can. But last year, Shane, I think, drew a big dud against Taker. As of right now, it looks like, because he was fired by Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles is a free agent. So I wouldn't be surprised if AJ beats Shane and then just shows up on Raw the next night. Like, the man is here. They were dumb enough to let me go, and now I'm here. We all know that AJ has really blown all the expectations out of the water in the last year since his debut. And I think that they would love to have AJ join Raw to be part of the A-Team, even though everybody knows that SmackDown's better. So that's WrestleMania. Those are my thoughts. We'll probably go through these like day by day, updating them each and every week after Raw and things like that. But as of right now, you can tell I'm just not that excited. And I don't know if it's because of the fact that just, to me, wrestling's not as good, or maybe just I'm falling out of love with wrestling. We'll see. Peace out, everybody.